If we're all honest, Guardians of the Galaxy is a weird movie. It's a movie that shouldn't have worked, but in the end, it managed to make us laugh in one moment and then cry in the next moment. And here are the three most crucial scenes that turned this weird Marvel experiment into a fan favorite. And the first scene can be none other than the introduction we get to Star-Lord, because this introduction not only makes us instantly like the character, the protagonist, which is quite important in a movie like this, but it also sets up for the first time that this isn't going to be your average superhero movie. It's not what you expect, but it's actually something completely different. Because first, the movie starts with a strong emotional core of having Peter Quill's mother die to cancer, and then even once we see Star-Lord for the first time, he approaches this weird planet, lost place that looks all dangerous pretty seriously. So far, until that point, action, superhero, sci-fi movie that you would expect. But then comes the magic moment when he puts on his headphones and the music starts. It's at this point that we realize that we're not in for an average superhero movie, but that this movie is going to be different, and also that it doesn't take itself too seriously. And I don't have to tell you that this movie has an amazing soundtrack, we all know that, but not only is the soundtrack amazing, but it also connects to the strong emotional core by, as we later find out, having the music that Star-Lord or Peter Quill loves connect to his mother, because he got that music from his mother. Like, that's amazing, but of course at the beginning we don't know that, so that's not what makes this introduction so special. For now, it's just cool to have him suddenly dance to this music and taking this, what would usually be like a dangerous, serious mission, take it so relaxed and having fun going through this dangerous, lost place. Like, it's super cool and completely flips the expectations on their heads. But the scene doesn't end there, because once the music stops, we get another amazing moment when Peter Quill first meets the bad guys.
Star-Lord. Who? Star-Lord, man.
I mean, isn't that moment just brilliant? Like, for me, that was the moment I instantly connected to the character of Star-Lord, only like 1 or 2 minutes after meeting him, and that's in case I didn't already like him while he was dancing to the music. And also, it just makes so much sense because it again flips that classic script that we all have in our mind of how superhero movies are on its head, because we have like Iron Man, Captain America, Hawkeye, Black Widow, the Hulk, and then it's like, who are you? Star-Lord. Who? It's like, yeah, not everybody knows your weird made-up superhero name. For them, you're just Peter Quill, and Star-Lord is like, why would you call yourself that? And just, I know it's not a part of that scene, but what just rounds that whole thing off for me is the little moment we get later when they get captured.
Come on, man. It's an outlaw name. Just relax, pal. It's cool to have a code name.
And the second crucial moment in this movie that I'm sure you're all very familiar with is "We are Groot."
We are Groot.
I mean, how does this scene work? Like, this movie has so many characters, and one of the characters is a talking tree that is presented as being super dumb and only says 3 words throughout the entire movie. And suddenly this dumb talking tree sacrifices himself to save his new friends, his new family, and says 1 word differently than he did throughout the entire movie, and suddenly it's like a super heartwarming scene. Like, that's just brilliant cinema. I mean, you have to keep in mind that this movie is basically like Avengers in space, only that none of these characters had their own solo movie before that, and that was exactly what made like Avengers so good and made the Justice League fail, or at least is one strong point for that. So that this movie managed to make us care that much about the sacrifice of one of its characters that we've never seen before this movie, and in this movie didn't have a lot of screen time that they could use up for this character, because there's so many other characters and things and plots and all that to set up. And I mean, they're not even they're not the protagonist of this team. Peter Quill is the protagonist. And still, despite all those challenges, they managed to make us care about a talking tree. Just by giving us those subtle scenes before that moment where we see that Groot and Rocket, while they have a very tough exterior, they do care and they are really happy that they finally found this group of friends or this new family of theirs. And also that this moment is like led with this beautiful moment where Groot lights up the room, so that puts you like in the right emotional headspace. And then once he sacrificed himself, it's just beautiful. And the third most important scene that turned this movie into a fan favorite has to be the final dance-off.
Get brighter, then bring it down hard. Someday.
It just perfectly rounds off that this is not your average superhero movie. Like usually you would expect these guys to fight now, there would be an amazing duel and things exploding, but no, there's suddenly a dance-off. And also the dancing and music, since it plays such a crucial part in the movie before that, or just like intertwines its way throughout the entire movie, it's nice that it's relevant in the final battle. And also I love that while it's first of all, it's just a funny scene. It's super hilarious to see Peter Quill, Star-Lord, Chris Pratt, whatever, doing this dance off, and then how he wants to hands it over to Gamora, but she's like, no, I'm not dancing. Like, it's hilarious, first of all, maybe I should mention that. But then also, while it's hilarious, it flips the expectations, and yet I still really love the scene because that's not the entire scene. Like, if it would just be there's a dance off, then they shoot him and the battle is won, it would feel kind of anticlimactic. So I love that while they flip the script on his head and have the scene play out differently than you would expect, I think it's really important that they still give us that amazing moment where they grab the Power Stone, all team up in that epic shot and say, because we're the Guardians of the Galaxy.
We're the Guardians of the Galaxy.
So now, if this little Guardians of the Galaxy talk made you want to revisit this movie again, you can go check out my reaction right here. So hopefully I'll see you over there. Bye.